Hi guys, Amanda Decker here again with you from DMA Weight and Wellness. Thanks for joining me this afternoon. I'm actually not here. You're watching a recording today because I'm taking some time away with my husband to vacation and spend some time with each other away from the kids. But I'm glad you're here because I want to introduce you to two new services that we're adding to DMA Weight and Wellness that I think have the opportunity to pair with our weight loss services and other things that we do to help you feel better, look better, be in less pain, things like that. So the services we're adding are based on light therapy. The sun emits different spectrums of light, and some of those spectrums we've known to be dangerous. They're the ones that can lead to skin cancer, sun damage, but they're not all dangerous. Like blue light, while it can keep us awake at night, helps us to feel awake and alert in the morning. It helps with that circadian rhythm. Well, the therapies that we're offering are based on red light. So it's based off of the red light spectrum that is naturally emitted from the sun. Red light does not burn you. It does not cause sun damage. In fact, it does the opposite. It's absorbed through the skin and activates the mitochondria, which is the workhorse of the cells, to repair and rejuvenate. It also helps to decrease inflammation and can help speed healing of the body, especially after things like musculoskeletal illnesses and injuries. The other thing that our therapy is going to be adding is salt. So salt, think of it is antimicrobial, meaning it kills bacteria, it kills viruses. And imagine when you go to the beach, that when you breathe in that salt air, what it does to your sinuses as far as cleansing the sinuses, helping them empty out. It cleanses the respiratory tract. Our therapy is combining red light and salt therapy together. So you might see this lovely booth that's behind me. I'm going to pick you up and move you around for just a minute. So you can see this lovely booth. It has 3 medical grade FDA approved red lights in it. What does that mean? It means that the company, Mito Red Light, submitted information to the FDA to say that the light is what it says it is and it's doing what it says it is, and it's not going to have those harmful waves. So when you enter the booth, you've got light on 3 sides of you that absorbs in your skin. You have to disrobe as much as you're comfortable, and well, it's in a very locked room. If you've ever seen the room off the lobby, there's the door. It locks. People can't walk in on you as long as you lock the door there. So you disrobe as much as you're comfortable. You want to get as much of your skin exposed to the red light as possible. If you're only trying to treat, say, a shoulder or a knee, something like that, you can just expose that part of your body if you want. But when I get in the red light, when I get in my red light at home and when I get in my red light here, I try to show as much of my skin as possible that I can because I want to absorb as much of those good, positive light waves to help my skin heal and do what it needs to do. This one also has the salt therapy, so I'm going to move you around. This is where the salt comes out, and it's put out in very, very fine microparticles. You're not going to see the salt most likely. You're not going to feel the salt. You're not going to feel salty when you come out, but it is small enough to be absorbed by the skin and inhaled and taken into the lungs to help open up the lungs, open up the sinuses. In fact, I've used this booth several times since I've had it to help get over potential colds that are coming on. I've put my kids in it. Now, we are not offering this service to kids, but I can put my kids in it, and it's helped them prevent colds and flus and things, or to get over them quicker. I have used red light for my psoriasis to augment my dietary strategies to help my skin not be inflamed. I have used it to help with fine lines and wrinkles. Yes, I'm over the age of 40 and starting to get fine lines and wrinkles. I've been using this for the last 6 months, and I honestly can say that my skin is clearer, brighter, and feels healthier to me. Also, I've noticed decreased inflammation at my sites of psoriasis, so I'm using it as a combo therapy. Things that this can also help with. So we already mentioned anti-aging. That's a very good positive thing. It can help enhance sports performance and recovery. You know, we've been partnering with the Give and Gobble, trying to get people to exercise more and move more. Well, red light actually can help you recover after a hard workout so that you can get back out there and move. Or if you've had a strain, sprain, whatnot of a muscle, tear of a muscle, chronic low back pain, arthritis, things like that, red light can go in there to help decrease the inflammation and help you heal quicker. It strengthens the respiratory system. That's more on the salt side than it is the red light side, but it can help things like asthma, COPD, emphysema, and like I said, colds, flus, things of that nature. The salt helps to kill off bacteria and cleanse the sinus passageways. The red light also helps to boost your immune system. So if you're someone that struggles with frequent illness, this therapy could potentially help you with improving your immune system. This is also stress relieving. So when you come in here, we're going to do our best to have it up by next week. You're going to have some spa-like music playing. I'd ask you to leave your device out. Now you can use your cell phone in there, but I'm going to ask you to step in that booth and take a minute to breathe. Breathe in, exhale, and just relax and unplug for the amount of time that you're in there. This is a touchless treatment, meaning that you're not going to get other people's germs. So one, there's a UV light that cleans between sessions. Plus the salt is also very healing as well. As you notice, there's not necessarily a place to sit down in there. So when you go in, you just walk into the booth and get in. There is a chair over here to the side that if you're having trouble standing up for long periods of time due to pain or whatnot, you can move the chair in there and use it, and you move it back out and we can wipe that down between, but you're not going to have a person touching you during this time. Just the light therapy is going to be on. A treatment we usually recommend, depending on what you're trying to treat, but if it's your first session, start with like 10 minutes and then work your way up to a maximum of a 20-minute session. If you're treating anti-aging, if you're trying to help with musculoskeletal pain, injuries, it's recommended to do this 2 to 3 times a week for the first month, and then you can slowly decrease your amount of therapy depending on what you see the benefits are. I personally like to use this at least 3 times a week. That's what I have found to be helpful for me. I sometimes use it more frequently if I'm feeling sick or run down. I can use it up to daily. I have used it up to daily at times. The light that I have at home, I use pretty regularly as well. So that is one treatment. This is called the Vitality Booth, and it combines, like I said, red light and salt therapy. Ooh, I almost forgot this other little thing that it adds in here, which is pretty cool. This little machine over here in the corner, that's an oxygen concentrator. So we'll have that on while you're in there in the red light booth and breathing in the salt. You're also getting extra oxygen, and oxygen helps with healing. It helps with mental clarity, that type of thing. They are studying red light currently for neurodegenerative conditions. So things like Parkinson's, MS, but also Alzheimer's and things like that that can be neurodegenerative. So that is one therapy that we're adding. The other one is also red light based, and it is specifically for hair loss. So we have added the Mito Red Light Professional Cap, and it's a cap that you wear on your head. I'm not going to turn it on. We clean it between each session, so there's those soft things or things where you can transmit bugs or germs or anything like that, even though I hope nobody has bugs. But anyways, we can clean it, and it is very well cleaned. This has been shown clinically to help improve the regrowth of hair. Now, I know there's been a lot of hair loss issues lately with the onslaught of COVID the last 3 years, and there's that post-COVID hair loss that's similar to like the postpartum or post-pregnancy hair loss. There can also be stress-induced hair loss and also acute weight loss. So when you've been killing it on your weight loss plan here at DMA Weight and Wellness, you actually can shed hair and feel like you're losing your hair. The red light helps to increase the growth of new hair follicles. So when you add this to your collagen regimen and to your healthy nutrition plan that we're helping you with, it can increase the growth. Now, if you're completely bald, this therapy is not for you. But if you are starting to thin or you're starting to recede and you're wanting to slow or maybe reverse some of that process, this is something that is worth a try. It is a non-medicinal treatment, something that not a drug that you have to take. And it's a quick treatment. It's 12 minutes per session. So you would come in, the nurse would turn it on for you or give it to you to turn on. You sit back, you relax, you wear it for 12 minutes. When you're done, you give it back to the nurse. She wipes it out and cleans it, and you're done. Treatment is recommended again 2 to 3 times a week for the first 30 to 90 days. Now, hair is a slow grow restart process thing. So it may take 90 days to see a turnaround. And then after you're starting to see that new hair growth, you back off on your therapy. And you can even use this as maintenance, like once a week, to help prevent the reloss of hair. So both of these services, the red light therapy, and this will help with hair loss too. This one just gets so much closer to the scalp, you absorb more of the weight. So if you don't want to invest in both, but you do have some hair loss, this very well could help with that as well. Both of these services are going to be on the Mind Body app. We're not doing this through DMA Weight and Wellness. It is very much a DMA Weight and Wellness service, but we don't want to get it confused with insurance payments and things like that. So we are now on the Mind Body app. So you can search for them. They have an online app. They have a personal app you can download to your phone. Look for DMA Weight and Wellness, and you can look at the packages. There are some one-time, if you want to just try it once and see what it's like, you can purchase a one-time thing. But if you purchase the package, the more sessions that you purchase, the less you pay per session. Once again, this is therapy I use myself. A lot of people feel like it's hocus pocus medicine or voodoo medicine. Here's what I know. It is not going to harm you. There's only a few conditions. Like if you have an active skin cancer, you should not be doing anything to stimulate cell regeneration and cell growth. That cancer needs to be dealt with. If you have a skin sensitivity to light, like you cannot go out in the sun without breaking out in hives, this is not the therapy for you. And there's a consent form that you sign that will list out all the potentials that are there. But for the most part, almost everyone can do red light therapy. It's not been shown to be harmful. It's not been shown to be beneficial in every single person either. So we don't guarantee your results. But I can tell you that I personally have seen benefit. My family members who have been testing it out on, because before I threw it at you guys and said, hey, you need to try this, I tried it on myself, I tried it on my husband, I've tried it on my kids, I've tried it on my dad. They've all treated certain things with this and they've seen benefit with it enough for me to put my name behind it and to put it here into my clinic and want to offer you a service that once again has nothing to do with medicine and could potentially benefit your life. So check out the MindBody app if you're interested in this. Check out the prices that are there. I would also encourage you to look at two manufacturers. Actually, I'm going to list in the link, I'll put the link to Mito Red Light, which is the one that has the cap and that are the individual lights in here. There's great information there, list of research and things so that you can feel confident in this therapy. If you have questions about red light or salt therapy or the helmet type stuff, try to put it in the comments. I'll do my best to answer as I get back in town. Yeah, but I can't wait for you guys to try it out. It's made a big difference for me, and I can't wait to see if it's making a big difference for other people. And the room is really pretty. I did a great job decorating. Look around. So I put this nice spa-like curtain up. There's a nice little clock and table over here that's all pretty looking. The spa chair's there. We have a fireplace for in the winter when it gets a little cooler. Ooh, the one thing I didn't talk about is eye protection. So this red light has been proven to help reduce or slow the changes associated with aging in the eye. However, that only takes place when you use it within the first 45 minutes of waking up, and most of you guys are not going to get into the clinic within the first 45 minutes of waking up. The red light will not damage your eyes. There will be no damage that comes from it. However, it's super bright. Maybe I'll turn it on here for a second just so you can see it, but it's super bright. So imagine if you have been outside in a really bright light and then you walk into a dim building. That's what you're going to feel like if you don't wear eye protection. We do have some community use eye protection that will be wiped down between each person. If you want your individual own light protection goggles, we do have some of those for cash purchase that'll be around if you want those. But it's not going to cause damage. It'll just take a minute for your pupils to react and to get back. So just so you can see how bright it is, I'm going to turn it on real quick and then turn it back off. You can also hear how loud it is too. You ready? Really bright, but it's really cool. All right, guys, check out the MindBody app. I'll put a link to it down there. I'll also put a link to Mito Red Light so you can read up on the science behind the lights. I will, throughout the year, be giving you different research studies so you can see that there's research being done and that this is not voodoo medicine. There's actually something to it. Enjoy the rest of your week if you're on spring break. I'll see you guys next time. And if you have not signed up for Give and Gobble and you need something to do on Thanksgiving morning that's healthy, go sign up for Give and Gobble and then sign up for a session in the red light so you can recover from said Give and Gobble.